Hi, today I'm going to talk about all the decks that I almost got in 2022. It doesn't mean that I won't be getting them anywhere like this year or afterwards. Just decks that I was really tempted by getting in the last year. I did this video last year as well, so you can click that either in the cards or down below. Let's get started with the first one. First, the Animal Totem Tarot. This is by Lisa Robertson, and the cards are really fun. It's like an animal-based tarot deck, and I love animals, so I thought I would have to love this deck as well. But I don't know, I have some other animal decks that I use or that I had that I wasn't really connecting with, so I never ended up getting this. Next, we have the Deviant Moon. Yes, I thought that this was a deck that I was never gonna get. Then I got intrigued by it, and I talked about it on Help Me Say Yes to the Deck. And I came really close to getting it, but ultimately I was like, no, this is not a deck for me. And I don't think that I will ever be getting this deck. Like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So yeah, the Deviant Moon. Next, okay, so in 2022, I decluttered a lot of Oracle decks because I was finally sort of understanding what I wanted out of Oracle decks, but I also put a lot of Oracle decks on my wish list. So the Dream Reading cards, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. It's by Rockpool, and I really like Rockpool decks. So you can use this to like interpret dreams or whatever. And that's like, okay, so I like decks that are really themed about something that can do one thing really, really well. That is what I like about an Oracle deck. That is what I look for in Oracle decks. Because if I want to do like a general reading, I'll use tarot. But Oracle, I don't use Oracle the same way that I do tarot. And these cards are really pretty. The art is really pretty, but I don't think ultimately that this is a deck that I will really use in my collection. So yeah, I never ended up getting it. I was really close to buying it though. I had it in my shopping carts a couple of times, but ultimately I didn't get it. I do see myself getting this one day. It's the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I do have her Queen of the Moon Oracle. That is one that I want to be looking into more in 2023. Definitely before I get this one. This is also a Rockpool deck. I really like the look of like Rockpool Oracle decks. And this one is so pretty. But I don't know how much like it offers that is different from like the Queen of the Moon Oracle, because it looks the same. It has the exact same like setup with like a pretty picture and then two keywords here, and here it has this elemental symbol, and I don't know, and the number on top within this thing. It looks exactly the same as the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So I don't know if I would need this, but I do like the look of this. I do like it. Yes. Another Oracle, the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reed. Again, I was on the look for Oracle decks, and this is one that I saw. I know Colette Baron Reed, her Oracle decks, her decks in general, are very well loved and very well received. And I do think that there's another one on this list from her as well. But look at those text like border. It's not a border, but like these titles, I don't like how that looks. I really, really hate it. And that is something that will ruin a deck for me if I don't like the look of the titles. Like, I really don't. But also, I can't really see the titles here, but I need good keywords and I need an Oracle deck to do something different for me. And I don't know if this necessarily will. Forest of Enchantment. This is a deck that I feel is so pretty. And I talked about this on when I was on Say Yes to the Deck, or Help Me Say Yes to the Deck, I don't know, on Lisa Papez's channel. I was like, this one, White Newman, Green Witch, and Everyday Witch, I think. And this one was one that I do really like. It turns out that, or the names of like the major arcana or the suits, or I don't know, they're a bit different from regular RWS, but I think overall it is a really easy deck to read with, and I do think, like I said, it's really pretty. But I don't know if this is a deck that I necessarily need in my collection. especially now that the Tarot of a Witch's Garden is coming out. And I think I've also really looked at the Green Witch Tarot, not much this year, but previous years, where I thought like, ooh, the Green Witch Tarot would be really, really great. But I don't think that, I think that the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, which is coming out in 2023, is like what I want this deck as well as the Green Witch Tarot to be. And I think I would really like the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. So I don't think I will end up getting this deck, even though I know a lot of people really love it. I don't think I will get it. I don't know about this one. Like, I like the idea of like the golden, the shininess of it, which is also why I had previously looked at ethereal visions, and I do really like the look of that as well. I like the shininess. I'm like a crow. I like the shine. But I also saw reviews where they said that this deck wasn't that shiny. So I don't know. Isn't there like oh no, there's sort of an Egyptian Art Nouveau coming out, I think, tarot deck in 2023. So I'll have my eyes on that as well. I don't know what I think of this one. I came really close to getting it because I was attracted to the shine of it. Really, that's it. That's it. I don't love the borders. I don't love the Art Nouveau necessarily. But I just liked that it was shiny. Oh, has anyone else ever gotten a deck because it was like shiny? Okay. Also, by MJ Cullinan. There's something about all of her decks that really intrigues me. I think she also has like a crow. I don't know if it's a tarot or an oracle deck. I am thinking it's an oracle deck. I don't know. But her decks always look really pretty, but never tempt me into actually getting them. So I was really close to getting this. I was really looking forward to the release, and then I had it in my basket, in my shopping, whatever cart. And then I was like, no, because again, I like the idea of animal decks, but I don't think that I am a person who reads really well with animal decks. Okay, so the Joie de Vivre Tarot was on this list in last year's video as well, because it just looks so cute. Oh, why is this? I don't know where I got this picture from, but this box is ripped, so I don't know. Anyway, it's really cute. And I saw Lisa Pepez's video and I watched that one multiple times. Anytime when I feel like I want to get this deck, I watch that video. But still, the idea here with this deck is that there are characters in these decks that you get to read in the guidebook. I also know that there's an oracle deck, the Witchling Oracles. I'm pretty sure that's the Witchling deck and book set. I'm pretty sure that's also by Paulina Cassidy. I haven't put it on this list yet because I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna end up getting that deck. So yeah. Next, the Modern Love Tarot. I talked about this in Help Me Say Yes to the Deck, the indie version, the indie edition. And the thing with this deck is that I like Ethne. I like her. I like her channel. I like her as a person, as how she presents herself. I like this deck. I like the images in this deck, all that stuff. But someone in the comments of my Help Me Say Yes to the Deck video shared with me that there was some controversy with the illustrator of this deck. Now, I don't believe in cancel culture, but I do believe in putting your money in things that and people and stuff that you support. And I would love to put my money towards Ethne. Like I said, I do support her and I would love to buy this deck to support her, also because I do think that I would get a lot of use out of this deck and I just love how it is created. But the artwork, like one of the most important parts of this deck, the artwork is created by someone who is incredibly transphobic. I have read her posts on Instagram. I'm not gonna name her name. Her posts were really transphobic, and I feel like I want to create an inclusive community here on this channel. I want to be inclusive, And that means that I exclude people who are incredibly intolerant towards the people that I want to include in my community. And if you want to call that cancel culture, that's fine. You can call it cancel culture. I do not care, because I care about the people that I have in my community. I care about the people who are affected by transphobia. I care about the people who are affected by homophobia, by racism, because I want those people to have a safe space on my channel, in my community. And this might not even make sense, because a lot of people didn't even know about this, and Ethne also removed the name of the illustrator from like the website. So I definitely see that Ethne has taken these comments to heart, and she removed the name, she removed the credits of the illustrator, which I think is a really great move. And I don't think she could have done anything different besides like taking this deck off the shelves. But I totally understand that she did not do that. I wouldn't ask her to do that. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something when I look at this, I'm like, oh, it looks so cool. And there's a lot of amazing gay energy in this deck. But then I'm like, but it's just LGB energy here, because the illustrator didn't care about the T's. I don't know. It just gives I just feel like if I had this deck and I would read with it, then every time I would look at the artwork, I would think about the illustrator and the horrible shit she has said on Instagram. So I don't know. Please, I want to move on now. Monstero. I came so close to getting this. This was also in my Say Yes to the Help Me Say Yes to the Deck indie edition. I talked about this. I wanted to get the travel edition, because honestly, Lisa Pepez talks with so much love about this deck, and it is really cute, but I don't feel like I am someone who could connect to the characters in this deck. Like, it looks cute, but I also didn't connect with the characters in the Happy Tarot, because I just found that there was like too much of a distance between me and the characters, and I like to feel like I want to be friends, or I could meet these people like in real life sometimes, not with all of my decks, but I don't know, with the Monstero, I think it's cute. But I don't think this is a deck that I see myself use. So I don't want to put like a lot of money towards an indie deck only for it to not be used. The Ostera Tarot was really hard to sort of say no to eventually, because this is so my aesthetic. Like my aesthetic, I love either very bright, bold colors or the very light, pretty aesthetic. So that is this. And ultimately, I had to say sort of no, because it is a collaborative deck. So the artwork isn't really cohesive, and that is something that bothers me. I know that's shallow. I don't care. It's something that bothers me. So that is why I ultimately had to say no to the Ostera Tarot. Next, Sacred Destiny Oracle. Again, an Oracle deck that I was super intrigued by, because a lot of people talk about this deck, right? This is one of the, if you look at like top 5 Oracle deck videos, recommendations, then almost everybody talks about this deck, or the another deck that is literally the last one that I'll be talking about. And a lot of people love this deck, and I don't see it. I don't see it. I guess it's the keywords, but the artwork is not my thing. It says here, to discover the landscape of your soul. I don't see that in this imagery, and I need more. I need more than just a keyword that I can do something with. And this is also by Denise Lin, the Sacred Forest Oracle, and I think this is really pretty. This is by Hay House. I feel like this is sort of the reverse of the rock pool decks, where the number is on the bottom, and then you have the 2 keywords or phrases or whatever at the top. So that's almost like the reverse of the rock pool decks. This is so pretty. I came so close to getting this multiple times. I have put this into my shopping cart multiple times because I just think it's so pretty. I do see myself ultimately getting this, but also I wouldn't be surprised if I never end up getting this. But yeah, This looks really pretty. This is so pretty. But I need to have like a reason, like what am I gonna do with this Oracle deck? How is it gonna play a role in my collection? That is what I want to figure out first before I purchase it. This deck is so pretty. I love this so much. I think this is so stunning. I love the colors. I love everything about it except for the way the borders have been done. I hate this so much. The borders like this. I hate that so much that it ruins the deck for me. If it had like, if this part wasn't here and it was just image and it was just this as the border, I would have already picked it up. But this bothers me a lot. Like so much that it literally ruins the deck for me. I know that that is probably ridiculous and petty, and I don't care. I want to know what your thoughts are on this deck and on the way the borders are done, because the artwork is so pretty, but I feel like it is disturbed by these borders here. And I feel bad about that. I do, because I think it's stunning. Okay, next. We have, with this one, 2 more tarot decks and then 1 oracle to go. The Cesar Abito tarot I also talked about in my Help Me Say Yes to the Deck indie edition, and this is pretty much the winner, but I still haven't like purchased it. And I don't know why. It's so pretty, but I feel like, what am I exactly like? What is this deck gonna do for me and my collection or my practice that my other modern decks can't? And I feel like this is another one of those modern decks that do looks like it's a little bit more confrontational than, for example, my Good Karma tarot or my Pulp Girls tarot. So I do feel like this could offer something different. I don't know, with like the Empress, I think that's so stunning. It's like, could this also be more of a good like self-care, self-worth, confronting kind of energy deck? I don't know. I do see myself getting this ultimately. Yeah, I do. I do. Last tarot deck on this list is the Tarot de Carlotides. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. First of all, I love the backs. Can I please just zoom in? Okay. The backs are so cute. So cute. And look at that. It's so cute. And I do like the art. I don't like the borders. The borders are way too big. I don't care about this. Why is it in French? I don't want it to be in French. Oh, it's also English on the bottom. Why? I personally really dislike bilingual or bilingual, whatever, tarot decks, because I am bilingual. I speak Dutch and I speak English. Dutch is my first language, English is my second. And I get so bothered when there are multiple languages within one deck, because I feel like it's so lazy. It's like, no, if you want a French edition of like the Lightseers tarot, it's available. You can get that. I don't need like a Lightseers tarot with English, French, German, Dutch. No, just make separate versions for people who really want like a tarot or like a tarot deck in one specific language. If I want a Dutch tarot deck, I'll go get a Dutch tarot deck. I don't need my English tarot deck to also have some Dutch in it. No, I don't need that annoys me. That annoys me. So yeah, that is a really big pet peeve of mine. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it has nothing to do with like the language of French, even though I had a really, 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 really bad experience in high school with my French teacher. Pretty sure she hated me, but I also had a really, 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 probably even more bad experience with my German teacher. Yeah. Okay. Last one. Wisdom of the Oracle. This is this is one by Colette Baron Reed that is often like talked up because people love this deck. It's like recommended in like all of those Oracle recommendation videos. The images are okay. I mainly just almost got this because everybody recommends it, but then I started really looking at the images and like the artwork, it's like pretty, but it doesn't really do any, like, I don't feel anything when I look at this. The only thing that I feel anything towards, not only the weird ornamental thing around the number of the cards, but also, again, the titles. Like, what the fuck is this? I think this is so hideous. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but I guess I am being rude. I don't care. This is horrible, and it distracts from the entire image, from the entire card. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I also feel like it doesn't really add anything to it. Like with the enchanted map, at least it was like on theme with like the map and the parchment board titles, which I still disliked, but at least that made a little bit more sense than this. This feels like as intrusive as this with the Santa Muerte tarot. So yeah. Okay, anyway, those were all the decks that I almost got in 2022. Some I got really, really close to purchasing, and some like only a little bit. I was like, ooh, I really want to get that. And then I was like, no, I won't. So let me know, what decks were you really tempted by in 2022 that you almost purchased but then didn't? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have any of these decks that I just said that I didn't purchase in 2022? And which ones do you feel like, no, you need this in your life? Let me know, especially your thoughts on the Santa Muerte Tarot. That one is so stunning. I need like a borderless or one with just normal titles. So yeah, click the video on the screen to see what decks I almost purchased in 2021. Subscribe to the channel for more tarot chats, and I do political tarot readings live every Saturday. If you want to learn how to read tarot, check out my course Tarot 101 in the description box below, as well as join our Discord community that is full of like-minded tarot enthusiasts. I would love to see you next time. Bye!